Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Megan Manfra, and I'm joined today by Dr. Noboru Matsuda from the Department of Computer Science. And he's here to talk to us about how he's using AI in his research. First of all, we'll let you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your field of research.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm Noboru Matsuda, Associate Professor in Computer Science. I have actually dual major. 50% is about education. So I have master and bachelor in math education, and then I got PhD for computer science with AI focus. So I put them together. So I've been working on application of AI and also advancement of AI for and through education. So we try to actually solve education problems like students have trouble learning something, teachers have trouble teaching something, parents and high stakeholders, they have their own issues. So we try to apply cool advanced AI techniques to resolve these problems.
That's great. So that aligns with my field of study in education and learning sciences as well. And I understand. So your research, like you said, blends cognitive science and computer science. How do you see AI sort of transforming our understanding of how learning happens? And how might it reshape the role of teachers? So you said you're working with teachers and students, so how is it changing our understanding of learning, what we need to teach, and then how you work with teachers?
Right. So yeah, thanks for asking. There are actually quite a few different ways that the technology can help educators and the learners to perform better. So one of the things I do is a simulation-based research. So I have a machine learning agent that you can teach. You can literally teach how to solve problems. And then this is called sim student, right? Simulated student. So this is a genuine machine learning agent. So I made this like 20 years ago, way before deep learning,
Wow.
way way before the ChatGPT. So it is actually called symbolic AI, right? So it does actually the hypothesis generation, hypothesis testing, and then try to explain what the AI has seen or what the AI has been taught. But anyway, so this AI, right? So you can teach, for example, how to solve equations. Then AI can actually compile knowledge about how to solve those problems you taught. And then, so this AI, we can use this AI, for example, to actually simulate student learning processes. So, like the crash dummy test, right? So
Mhm.
you put the dummy into the car and then make it crash to see how badly the things happens. We can do the same thing. So we can use this AI simulated student to teach things nicely and teach things badly on purpose, or you can manipulate the curriculum or sequence of question problems, the different ways to ask things, and then see how they learn. Right. We can also actually manipulate the sim student, the kind of prior knowledge, like a brain surgery, so to see how this prior knowledge impact learning complicated concept, right? So that's one way to use. We also use this technology for students, middle school students, to learn how to solve equations by teaching this agent. So theory says when you teach, you learn, right? So the learning by teaching. So we actually investigate how and when and why learning by teaching happens by using this technology. So there are a
That's
few ways.
wonderful.
And then back to the connection to the cognitive science. So in some sense, this agent is a cognitive model of human learning, right? Some people call this like a cognitive architecture, explaining how and why people learn.
Yeah, that's interesting. So you mentioned symbolic AI, and that's part of what we're focusing on the course is kind of thinking of different types of AI. So can you tell us just a bit more about symbolic AI, like what it is? And
Love to tell.
okay.
So so the current the kind of AI, deep learning, ChatGPT, they use the stochastic theory, like statistical theory, probability theory. And these models are basically learning the probability of happening something, a probability of seeing something. So that's more like a probability-based models.
Right.
And then before this, then it turned out these probability-based models are pretty powerful, like before this, so there was the symbolic AI. So those are AI that is. So how can I say this? So it is actually more like the predicate based. For
Right.
example, you can actually represent the natural phenomena using the predicate, something like the pigeon is a bird, right? Bird flies. Sorry, bird flies. So then you can make an inference. Therefore, pigeon flies,
Yeah.
right? And then so this kind of symbolic AI has a lot of complications because there are so many exceptions in this world, right? If I remember things correctly, the penguins are birds by definition, but they don't fly, right? So then the people have developed lots of theory about how to actually deal with this kind of uncertainty, how to deal with exceptions, right? And then also, it requires a huge effort to make huge database, right? If you want to actually represent the natural world using this the predicate, it will be a lot of effort, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but
great. I love that example of the pigeon, bird, and the penguin. That's helpful to remember. So in this world of so many exceptions that um
just one way, yes, just one way to actually talk about the symbolic AI.
yeah, and so I think that that kind of leads us to a final question about kind of your advice to students when it comes to AI. So twofold. One is how they use it in their own work, and then as they enter the world of work, if you have any advice for them, like about sort of future careers and being ready for an AI-enabled world. It's a big question.
Yeah. Well, yes, yes, and then I think this is important and interesting question. So I would say, I have just a narrow view, I think, right? So from my view, right? So I would say, so if you are aiming to the PhD, right, or a master, right? So you can be a researcher who actually explore like the impact of AI to the society or how to make better AI, right? Um, so that may need you to understand the AI technologies and then the how the AI functions in our society. So this is understanding AI. So the another career path is you may not really know how AI works because it's not important for you, but you really actually commit to think about how to use AI to make our life better, right? That is a social impact, right? Or the find the problem and then see if any kind of AI can help, right? So that's another way. So research-based approach, or more like the how do you say this? Like I have a hesitation to say user-ended view because
Right.
you're more like a make a try to change the world, right?
Exactly.
As an applied oriented, I would say, right? So you're more like a
Okay.
focus
Yeah, so
on application.
more applied oriented, and that's something we talk about a lot too is ethical and responsible use of
Yeah.
AI.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Yeah. So it's a huge concern, right? So then in particular, like when this large language model hits the market, there are huge concern because the kind of earlier version of LLM, ChatGPT, they often tell a lie, right? Something
Mhm.
wrong. So
Yeah.
we really have to worry about it. Um, I'm not necessarily actually the focus on the ethical matters, but I do actually worry about AI making something wrong, right?
Yeah.
So then, there are a few ways to go from my view, right? One is to make AI not to make anything wrong.
Mhm.
Another way to we actually appreciate AI makes mistakes, and then so we actually do something about it, right? And then another one, I think it's also important is we have to educate teachers, students, parents that AI are not necessarily trustworthy, right? So that's gonna kind of ethical education kind of stuff,
Yeah.
right? So all this, I think it's all important.
Yeah, great. I love that. So the three parts, like we could work towards making AI more correct, all right? We
Yes,
can appreciate that AI makes mistakes and then educate ourselves and others about
right.
the limitations there.
Yes, yes.
Wonderful.
Yes, the appreciation part is we can prepare, right? Like so, if I make the AI application for education, like learning by teaching, so we actually prepare that AI may say something wrong. So what can we do about it, right?
Great.
So that's kind of second part.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Masuda. This has
Thank you
been
very
very
much.
interesting and very helpful for us. Thank you.
Good to know. My pleasure. Thank you so much.
Oh.